Hi, my name is Lauren Ward.
And my name's Arabella Sarver.
And today we're going to be taking an insider look on the facility services and what keeps UT running smoothly.
This is produced in collaboration with the Daily Beacon Student Media, where for the next few weeks, we'll be taking you on an insider journey into learning about what makes UT tick.
Here, our jobs are to maintain all the buildings on campus. We do things from cleaning of the toilets to the classrooms, to the event rooms, the ballrooms, labs. Anything and everything is under us, offices.
What would you say a common misconception is concerning your position as a custodian?
A lot of people tend to think that we're uneducated, that we're just somebody that came in and this is the only thing we can do. Several of us have degrees. We do training constantly, so we are smarter than what people generally think. Here at UT, we get a lot of opportunities to work overtime. And in the overtime, we have an opportunity to work in athletics, which does the concerts and stuff. My mother had purchased concert tickets to see Elton John, and I chose to work the concert so I could see Elton John and my mother. That was the first time I had seen my mother in an atmosphere where she was completely happy. So through my job here, I was given that opportunity, and to be honest with you, I cried. It was so bittersweet.
I worked at a hospital before I worked here. There was no place to move to, no promotions. I heard about the university, and here they have said that the sky's the limit. As far as you want to go, you can go.
You've probably been privy to a lot of those success stories. Can you tell me about one of those sort of like bottom to the sky's the limit stories of people rising up through UT and the upward momentum that it can have?
Well, I mean, I could start with me. I've only been here a year, and I've already moved up to assistant. It didn't take very long. You just got to show that you're dedicated and ready to go.
How have you felt that connectivity in your day-to-day life working as a custodian?
We connect with everybody here because from the time you walk in the door to, our office is next to the elevator. So anybody who comes in here usually passes, and you get to know everybody, and it's just nice. When you walk up, they know you by your name, you learn their name. It's just like a family. We had the Boy Scouts come, and I've never seen so many people in the student union. It was crazy. The floors were full. They had their shop set up in the ballroom, their trading post. There were so many people on the first floor you couldn't even walk. But it was very nice to have that because it was right after COVID. It was one of the first real big events that I had seen here, and it was amazing.
Could you give us a little bit of a backstory on how you got involved in the facility services? I know you haven't been here too long, but what's your experience been like so far?
Well, I started out before here, I was a welder, and there wasn't too much of moving up where I was at. And my buddy works here in maintenance, so he told me to apply, and I applied down here for building services, and I got the job. And eventually I was able to get the maintenance job. I started next week.
Tell us a little bit about the difference between maintenance and building services.
Maintenance, you make a little more money. It's a little bit more laid back. You don't have to deal with as many people as you do in building services.
So you would say that's been more of a con for you?
Yeah.
What is the best part about your job?
Oh God,
Everything.
the people. I love the people. I do, and I love you guys. I ain't gonna lie, I love seeing y'all come in here every day. It's awesome, like for real, like, I don't know, seeing each one of you guys go through different things, and I have no idea what you're going through, but at the same time, it's like you see people smiling and happy and laughing, and then you see other people walking around like they're lost, or it's just seeing different lives, and I get to see all kinds of aspects from this point, so I love it.
We see it all. We see professors, we see students, we see them when they're happy, we see them when they're sad. We see them on a day-to-day basis, we see them when they start, and generally we'll see them when they finish. So we see them on their journey throughout their college years.
How long have you been with facility services, and why'd you get in the game?
I've been here for almost a year. I got in because I really wanted a daytime job, and I love to clean anyway. So it's like, and my son just started middle school. Oh gosh, I just made myself older. I just started kindergarten this past year. He'll be going to first grade, and I wanted to spend more time with him. So I heard that it was better over here, so we jumped ship.
So what does it look like a year into doing this job with a child? Like, have they been able to balance out your schedule?
Oh yeah, that's the amazing thing about it is I can put him on the bus in the mornings. He can get into daycare until I get off from work and go pick him up, and we get to spend the night together. I get to make sure he gets dinner and a bath and bed, and it's really cool. With my last job, I didn't get that. I literally had to wake him up in like 12 o'clock at night just to go home. So we had to definitely fix that. But that's why it's much better. I get to spend more time with him. Recently, I got to work on the weekend. We had they were actually trying to get money together for kids for the Children's Hospital Foundation, apparently. And I don't know, I loved walking in there, and they actually had one of the rooms set up with like a lot of little toys and stuff, and we got to see a few kids. We don't really get to see a lot of little kids here, but there was a few that came in. But there was just a lot of people just running around trying to get people to send money and collect money for them and to donate, not collect, but to donate money for them. And I don't even know what we came up with that day, but it was just really cool to be here to see that part. So it was pretty cool.
So you worked your way up from service aide, which is the entry-level position in facility services, all the way to superintendent.
Yes.
That's a lot of upward growth, in-house promotion. I want to hear all about that.
So I started in 2013 as a service aide, and then I became an assistant foreman about 9 months in. I think it's a good transition to have. I think it lets everyone know there is always that opportunity, and that's what we want. We want people to come here and grow and be able to move forward and make it not just a job but a career.
What have those changes kind of looked like over time?
So some of them were intimidating. I'm very much an introvert, and so as I moved up, I had to learn that part of my job was being an extrovert. So that was always really complicated for me. The experiences that I have had let them know that I'm not going to ask them to do more than what I've done or what I think they could do. I'm going to get to know their strengths and their weaknesses, and we're going to focus on what we can, and we're going to be able to grow with your strengths and improve your weaknesses. So that's kind of my ultimate goal. I want everybody to just be able to kind of empower themselves. It's important.
One of my most memorable moments is probably when I was on second shift. We had a girl that came in, and she had a lot of obstacles that she was facing through personal life. And one of my things is always, get to know employees so that way you can learn their strengths and their weaknesses. And I remember she broke down one day. I was working with her, we were training something, and I was like, ask questions, it doesn't matter at all. That's what I'm here for. She was like, well, I don't want to feel, stupid or anything. I was like, no, you're not going to feel stupid. It's perfectly fine. Questions, if you don't ask, you don't know. So she did. She asked questions, but she just broke down one day and started crying, and I was like, what's wrong? What did I do? What happened? I don't know. I'll try to fix it. And she goes, no, it wasn't you. It's just I've never had anyone take so much time to make sure I succeed. And I was like, oh. So that was kind of like, can't believe people don't want people to succeed, Just the difference that it made, just spending time and working with her. And I think that a lot of our supervisors do that. They're just in it. It's 100% heart, and that's really important. That means a lot, because I know that people come into different jobs in different places, and they're not, they're just like, well, you're not meeting quota, you gotta go, sorry, bye. And they won't take that time. And I think that our supervisors are different in the fact that they'll take time, they get to know you, and that's always stuck with me. I don't know that I could go somewhere else and not have that same kind of, support. It's a positive thing, so that's something that always brings me back.
The last month I worked at the arena, so I got to work alongside all the basketball team, Rick Barnes, Kelly Harper, and all that. So I think that's probably my most favorite thing about being able to work at the arena. It was probably my favorite time I've ever had.
There is a lot of prep for the initial games. We start before the actual first game. We'll start a month in advance, kind of talking about, where are they going to block roads, making sure all of our vehicles that we need access to have been security checked, and it's a big thing due to all of the other tragedies. We have to make sure that everything is secured. We have, all hands on deck. Everybody's involved, from landscape to maintenance to custodial. We have outside contractors kind of involved. There's just a numerous amount, and there's just no way we could do it without everyone. So the fact that we all work as a team and that we're all here to support each other, we are very much aware of everything that needs to be accomplished and everything that needs to be done. We try to offer a little free meal at some point throughout the day, which is not a lot when you're working a long day, but we encourage, bring snacks, bring water, do whatever you can to keep yourself going, because it is an extremely long day. We are here probably 5 hours before, all the way up until 4 hours after. So it is a long, long day, and we have people here that are after that even, just to get the outside grounds. They'll come in and they'll get everything picked up, and by the time you come in on Sunday, you can't even tell there was a game. I mean, it's just an amazing group of people that take so much pride in their work.
What does a game day look like for you guys?
First, we start off, we'll come in, we actually meet at a different place and we get shuttled in because there's going to be nowhere to park. So that's okay, because, it's just that you don't have to drive. I'll take me a nap.
Sure.
But then we all just come in, we check our areas, make sure everything's ready. We try to prep the day before as far as like bathroom stock, make sure closets are stocked, make sure things are cleaned up. Trash cans is a big thing, very big thing. So we have to make sure we have enough of those. We also have usually some tailgaters here, so we have that we have to deal with. And we just kind of walk around checking on people, and we do regular trips around to the bathrooms, more so than on a normal day. That part, honestly, I was surprised when I came here, because my very first football game that I worked here, I thought, oh my God, I've got to fight these people to go into this bathroom. These ladies are all standing here having to go. They were all so polite. And these were the people that were coming to visit, and some had been a little drinking, having a little fun, but they were all so polite and like, hey, let her through. They knew why I was there. I wasn't trying to cut line. I was just trying to make sure they had what they needed. So that was a pretty good thing to see. I don't know, it was really great. So, and it's been that way ever since. So I was like, wow. I don't know, the fans were pretty cool too, so I guess.
If you could share a message to students that you think would help them understand the value of your all's work, what would you say to someone that's maybe never had to work a custodial job or never gotten to meet someone that works in facility services?
I'd probably say whenever you go to the restroom and you see how clean it is, just know that that wasn't just done by somebody, that was us. And then like same thing in the cafeteria, whenever you're eating in there and it's that clean, it's because we come in and clean it every day.
I'd just like to extend, on behalf of the team of this show as well as the Daily Beacon, a massive thank you to all maintenance, facility services, and other service workers that keep UT going.
Yes, thank you for doing what you do, and thank you for how passionate you are about your jobs.
And thank you for sharing it all with us. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all in the next video.